Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further.
Hello and welcome to this analysis where we are going to look at several pairs, several markets. Welcome and thanks for joining me here. My name is Vic. So on dollar index, we have already been waiting for the market to go bullish back again. And in the last analysis, I mentioned that there was a possibility of market falling down a little bit um, because we had this W pattern forming in the middle of it. It fell down a little bit, and now because it recovered last week, I'm expecting it to go to 110 as we expected and predicted a couple of weeks ago. So 110, this FCP zone is very much in the play right now. That's quite a possibility, and we have been looking at this particular move. Now, if it goes very bullish, then it can obviously go beyond 110 and it can go to 127. For that and other things, you can refer to my previous post in our Telegram channel and also the previous analysis video on YouTube. Let's look at Euro USD very quickly. So I must go to majors, and then if I go Euro USD, if you remember, Euro USD came here and pushed down, and there is a little bit different view which I will show to you. So here I gave you this target, which was 0.99116, and Euro USD very nicely reached that particular level. Now, we must monitor this particular level for divergences. So, if you're using Watt and Visage or any other oscillator such as stochastic or relative strength index, then you should watch out for any kind of movement to the upside. But remember, DXY can still go to 110, which means that Euro USD can still fall down a little bit further down in here. If I go to Watt and Visage, I can see this is Euro USD, Watt and Visage monthly time frame, and I can see that market has reached this particular white dot as the profit target. But there is another white dot which is available just below that, and that is clearly near about 98,300 level or so. So Euro USD can still fall down a little bit. So if you're thinking of actually long position, or if you find a setup on long position, you have to be very careful with that. So this is what we have on Euro USD. Let's look at GBP USD. A lot of you have actually asked me for this. On GBP USD, I posted a pattern which was an M pattern here because we had this very nice M pattern. Give me just 1 second. So this was the M pattern, and the market was expected to go higher. It did, but it did not actually go all the way to the expected level. It started to fall down, which means that GBP USD can fall further down. So let's see what it is, how it is looking on what I envisage. So if I come here and select on GBP USD, okay, on GBP USD, we have this bearish signal on weekly time frame, which means that it can fall down to near about 1.13425. Remember, this is weekly time frame, which means that it can take weeks or even months. Now, if I go to the daily time frame, the market is coming back down, and here, what you can see that market is probably going to go and touch this water wave here. So this will be my intermediate target, 1.17199, near about 1.720. So market can actually come there, create a double bottom and push back up. So you have to be a little careful. However, we if you just look at this particular candle, this is an engulfing candle which is showing that market momentum could be going downwards. This is still red, which means this is still bearish. So again, with DXY going up, all these currency pairs which are like an inverted dependency on DXY can actually still fall down. If I go to the 4 hour time frame, so the market came here into this water curve, which became a resistance and started to fall down. It reached this particular target, which was the target given by the previous signal. So the market reached that level here, and this is again an engulfing candle. So GBP USD is still looking bearish, and we again have red here on 4 hour as well. So Euro USD is bearish, GBP USD is bearish, and DXY is bearish. However, you have to be careful because there can be little bounce up on Euro USD and GBP USD, as DXY is kind of creating a double top at the moment, but it is highly likely to fail. That's what we can expect. Okay, so now let's look at AUDUSD possibly. Okay, on AUDUSD, market has not been moving that much. It has been doing sideways momentum, which is like this. So people who are interested in channels and other stuff, in our FCP methodology, we do not actually look at that because these are highly subjective to interpretation. However, what we can see that market has created this huge impulse, and now we are in a correction phase, and market has come to 50%. It is now stuck here, trying to retest the previous structure. So there is not much of clarity here on weekly time frame. If I go to the monthly time frame, or if I do full higher time frame analysis, then I'll be able to find a better opportunity, better levels here. However, if you look at this is engulfing candle. Market went up after that, and then now it is resuming the previous bearish momentum. Pay attention to all these bearish, huge bearish candles. This one. So the market is obviously bearish, and this may continue because the month is not over. So there are 3 days left. So this month can also continue to fall further down. So this is what we have on AUD USD. Let's talk about USDJPY. USDJPY, if you remember, I gave this particular chart when we were around here, around 110, and I said wait for a breakout, and since then it has not stopped. It has been going to 137. Then I came here. Somebody in our Telegram group actually requested me to give them some kind of analysis. So these are the levels that I gave them. Um, just to help out, so the market came here into this. It never reached the FCP zone, which is here, but it fell down. This is what we call as initial reaction in our FCP methodology. And then we have a W pattern forming in the middle of it. So if I show you on smaller time frame, if I go to the daily time frame, what we have is actually like this. So the market fell down, created a W pattern, then fell down. Now this has not reached the potential profit target, which was this FCP zone, and it has created an engulfing candle. That shows me that market is ready to move to the upside, and it is potentially going to go to this FCP zone or even higher. Remember, there is a gap available around 139, between 139 and 140, which is multi-year gap which needs to be closed. So I'm expecting USDJPY to go up. Now that also points out um, in the same direction that DXY is probably going to go up, because USDJPY is bullish. Now let's look at what and we search for USDJPY, if there is anything that can add to our analysis. If I go to the monthly time frame, we have this bullish engulfing candle which has engulfed the previous bearish one, and kind of if you see, we have alternate candles appearing here. So the next month can be bearish, but for now the month is still bullish, and we are still left with a couple of days in there. So if I go to the weekly time frame, this obviously has failed because the market momentum is very high, and we have been expecting it to go higher. Now, if I look at this level here, this has not been reached yet, because if you look very closely, or if you go to the smaller time frame, you'll notice that this level has not been touched properly. So I'm expecting market to go a little bit higher and maybe even cross that 139 or touch 139, near about that. On smaller time frame, there was a bullish signal here which has already reached the profit target. So this is what we have on USDJPY. What else is there? Let's see if we can do one more. So USDCAD. Okay, so USDCAD. I've not actually looked into this for a long time. I'm not sure, whether you remember, but I gave am I looking at the right thing? Yes. Okay, so this is the place where we were looking for a long. We went long actually. Let me find the right chart. No, this is not the one. I think this was the one. Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's do a proper one, proper analysis. Now, pretty much inverse of AUD USD, as you can see, the market actually fell down here, and so far it has been going this way. So this is running inside a channel sort of thing. The market is going up and down, and it can continue to rise higher, because it is still within this particular upward movement, which is a corrective channel or so. Okay, so this is on the weekly. Let's go to the daily time frame. on daily time frame, there are multiple WNM patterns. So if you know how to trade WNM patterns, you will be able to see that there are no shortage of opportunities. There are several WNM patterns along the way. And because in the last one, sorry, in the last one we had this M pattern completed, that's why it has been going up. And here we had this W pattern, that's why it is going down. So right now, this is kind of like, going upwards, but it is giving us very good trades.
Thank you for watching. Find and follow us on these social media channels.